I was here at the house. I worked with this missionary. They made fun of him. And I didn't like him, making fun of the man. I'd always take up for him. And I hadn't seen him in 11 years.
He didn't know me from Adam. Man had never met me.
Never met her. And he showed up. Right one day I looked out the door, and there he sat. And I looked. I said, "Why, it's Sam Bowman." I said, "I ain't seen that man in 11 years." I told George, I said, "I worked with him now." I ain't seen him in 11 years. Well, he got out and come and talked with us, played his mandolin, and sung a bunch of songs. And he said, "Well, I'm just over here to tell you one thing." He said, "I've been fighting this battle with God for 2 weeks. He's told me to come over here and tell you what you're going to do." And I said, "Well, what is it?" He said, "You got a big mouth. You don't need no microphone. You got lungs. You can scream out the top of your voice override anybody. And I know that for a fact. You don't mind." And he said, "You ought to become an evangelist." He said, "Now, Lord, I've done my part. It's left up to you."
It fluked Roger out because he'd come knocking on his door after all these years. Roger hadn't even seen the man, didn't even know the man.
He said, "I didn't even know if he's saved or not." He said, "God told me to come tell you that, so I know it come from God. I ain't done it because he was a good old man." And then one Sunday I was sitting down there and I was studying. I said, "Well, Lord, if I'm going to do this, you got to show me something to prove it." 5 minutes later, the telephone rang. Joel said, "Some man's wanting you, Roger." And I picked the phone up. I said, "Yes." He told me he was Reverend so-and-so from Kentucky, and said, "The Lord, I don't know you. He's just told me your name to get a hold of you in Virginia and call and come and have a service over it." I said, "Well, I'm not a preacher." He said, "I never asked you to preach. I said, I asked you to give your testimony or whatever you want to do." And I went over and I helped the service. And give my testimony and stuff. We had a good church service. Next, there was 2 young people sitting back.
Newly married couple.
And the next week, they got saved.
Oh.
And they said it's on account of the testimony.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So then you found out why that stranger called out of the blue.
Yeah, I found out why.